Alright, so the time has come. We've got all kinds of stuff torn apart here. Fancy strap here if you've ever seen any of my other videos. Axles are pulled out, transits dropped down. Everything's back apart again. Alright, now, on a side note, they did do a great job hacking through the hole here to put the... Alright, now, okay, see here, we are... I can't get the camera up in there, you can't really see it, but you can see the tip. I have the crank lined up. You can see the top of the arrow there above the gear there. Now, when we come up here, you can see the timing gears. You can see that these are off, these are off. So whether they put something in wrong and they retarded this one to try to get it right here, or the way this one is, they advanced it to try to get it right. That's the issue there. Now, I looked down through here at, which you can't see, maybe I can get the camera down here. But anyway, I looked down in here at the tensioner, alright, and the spacing here is off where it's supposed to be at. Now, here's another thing I noticed. I mean, there's wear on here. I can see wear on the top of this from the belt. But I just grabbed this, and the whole gear is moving in and out. So we have that problem too. Now, all I did was take stuff off apart like this, alright? And this is what you're seeing, alright? Nothing, I didn't undo any of these other parts. We just finally have everything torn down. Now, if you notice, we did take the valve cover off because the chain hits it. I did not want to damage that. This is just something that we did so we didn't damage anything. We made sure we didn't scratch anything. Kind of some of the stuff you have to deal with when you have a big turbo car. A lot of guys say you don't have to do what I'm doing right now with sliding the motor over. Now with this, if you look, we have a giant chunky turbo back air, and it actually comes into contact with that. So jacking the motor up too high to be able to get that plate out of here, that's still something too. Now, here, if you see right down here, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but it's kind of shiny. So we still have an oil leak here that's going to need to be addressed, so we got to figure out where that's coming from. But this is going to give me the opportunity to get everything cleaned up over here now, along with realigning the timing. I'm going to change out all the covers so that we have covers on here. You know, you don't want nothing to go down into your belt, you know, so that's something we're going to straighten out here also. So, I mean, this is where we're at. We're going to get everything taken care of. I just wanted to show this stuff in, how far this thing's off out of time. You know, you might be able to kind of see down through there. It's lined up with the gear there. But this is broken out here in the back. They got this notched off here for the cover to get bolted to. Well, that ear's still there. So I'm just kind of curious. I'll see what I actually find once I start removing the rest of this stuff. I'm going to undo the belt here now and get the gears popped off, get everything cleaned up, work on getting everything reassembled. So finally getting the timing done on this. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this, but I'm going to try to get this so you can see the tensioner, how far it's off. Where are we? Right there. Okay, you can see we're out of spec there on the tensioner. I can see it in here. I don't know if it's going to come up in here, but hopefully it does. Right there above it, it's got like the two that go in between. Alright, now that I have that, I just was kind of, I wanted to get down in there so I could see it. Now, based on the fact, it's kind of hard to see through all the stuff in a way, but it's just how it is. So based on that, and the fact that, let's see if you can get a view down in here on this bushing, or the, there we go. Alright, now based on the fact that this is moving in and out, okay, alright, I just wanted to see if our tensioner was loose here, this way, and I mean, I can't spin that, so that means that this nut here is tight. Now if that nut's tight, that bearing shouldn't move in and out like that. Alright, now, go on here. Oh yeah, nice. It's really tight, by the way. Alright, now, there we go, there's that. Now, let's take the tension off. Alright, there you go. The tension is now off of the belt. So, now that we got that done, we pretty much need to, I mean, that just freaks me out, that's that loose. Alright, so anyway, you seen this thing like move just a little bit. So we're just going to take this off. That one there's probably going to move. No, we already got that one out. Alright, so there is everything right now with the timing belt. We're going to work on getting this off. We're going to pull this tensioner. We're going to pull these gears off. We're going to get this back cover off. And we're going to clean everything up in behind here. We're going to inspect to see where the oil is coming down on the bottom, to see if that's something that we can address today. And get a nice plastic cover. We'll show you what it looks like when we get it off, but it's pretty banged up, man. Broken here. You know, most of the time these things are loose on the top, you know, down across the bottom. So we just got to get down in here and look and see what we can find. Alright, gears are off. Idler's off. You've seen the tensioner come off. All the bolts that hold this in place are out. Looks like we got a little bit of oil around this area, so it's possible that there might be something around the cam sensor leaking. And you can actually see the brake in this a lot more. There's actually a brake down over here on this side too. So here we go. Let's get this out of here. Alright, you can see, I got cracks over here, which, you know, it's just kind of, I guess, typical. When you try to do stuff wrong, you know, you break this stuff. But, you know, these are accessible. You can get them and replace them. Which we're going to do. Now, you can actually see in here now. If you look back in across here, you can actually see there's oil laying down across here. So it could have leaked here and went down. So I'm going to have to look at that. This one here, I don't know if there's messed up threads or what's going on here. Got some stuff right there going on. And then if you look way down here, there's something here. I don't know if that's sealer or water. Looks like coolant maybe. Right down here, yes, that looks like that's the water pump leaking here, maybe a little bit. Nothing too bad. So it looks like we're going to have to do something there with that. It actually looks like there's a leak down here toward the bottom too. I didn't even get into that. But that's probably in behind this gear. I got to actually get down underneath here and look and see if that's where that's coming from or if it's running down across. So one more thing to check out. I'll pull this tensioner off. That's a 15 here. Grab that one. Alright, so I just want to pull this thing off, take a look, see if I can see if there's anything in behind here. If this top part's stripped out. Sometimes these blocks get cracks in them. Hopefully we don't have that problem. Yeah, see sometimes this ear up here will actually crack off on them. This one here looks really good. This block's actually pretty nice. So, well, we got the water pump off. Cam seals are all done over here. They're all done. Everything's cleaned up. Now, the thing of it is if you take a look at this water pump here, this is silicone. Silicone and rubber gaskets do not go together. You don't put silicone on a rubber gasket. That's why this thing was leaking, because they had silicone in here across this. And that stuff gets hard. So then it stops from sealing. So all this got to be cleaned off of here. And I got to pop this out. And then I got me a nice fancy new water pump gasket here to put in. So I just wanted to add that in there. That we're one step closer. We got this popped off. This is actually like, I guess, a generic cheap water pump. The better ones actually have a cover on the back here, and it's a better impeller for flow, which is probably a reason why this heats up so fast, because if it had the right one on, it might cool it down a little bit better, but they still work for what they are. So we're gonna get this cleaned up, and then we'll get this thing all assembled back together. Bum bum bum. Well, we decided to just go with a new water pump since we had one. This one's actually a DCR one, whether that's any special or not. It's on there. So right now we're at the point where we're just kind of getting stuff cleaned up a little bit more. I have a nice cleaned up cover to go on here. You want to grab that over there? And the back cover. What's this one? Alright, we've got this used one here, all cleaned up, ready to go in here. So we're going to get this installed. As you notice, no cracks, no breaks, no chips. It's got all the clips to install everything onto here correctly. So let's get this thing on. I think I'm forgetting something, by the way. There's one thing that we need to do. Move this light out of the way. And we need to get this piece here on. You need to put your tensioner on first. Now, this bolt doesn't stay here, but if you don't put that in, you can't get that centered out. So I'm just going to find a 15. We're going to tighten that down. Then we're actually going to be ready to stick this up. So you got to put this in, and you want to tighten this part down over here. Now the reason why I did this is because nothing holds this in place until after you get this assembled. Alright, now time for the cover. Alright, here we go. Alright, so that's on. I have a bunch of the little bolts up here. These hold together, or hold it in, and these hold the ones together on the bottom. I think all these are here. I'm going to have to find a couple more of these to hold the top cover on, but we're going to get all this together, and we're going to get our gears on, the tensioner, the idler, all that stuff assembled, and then we'll show you where we're at. Alright, well, I got a little bit of fool of myself here, and started getting everything back together. We have everything retimed. We ended up putting a new water pump on, because the other one was just, you know, really dirty and siliconed. So we just had one, so we stuck it on. We did replace the tensioner also, because it was worn out, as you had seen in the photos. We're going with just the stock gears. It's going to allow me to put the cover back on, which is something I highly suggest. So we're doing that along with solid center mount. Since we're in here, we're going to take care of putting that in. This is just going to make it so much nicer since we can reroute all these lines. I mean, look at this thing. It's got all kinds of fuzz hanging off of it all over the place. But our timing is back on. This thing was actually off pretty far when I put it on. This one was off about 2 teeth, and this was down a tooth. So everything's on now. We reused the belt. It's still good. Nothing was damaged there. Like I said, we replaced the water pump, so we had the drain out the radiator. That was pretty easily done. You know, we're down through here. You can kind of see up through all nice new clean covers, because every single one of them was damaged. We're actually getting the top one cleaned up right now. That's why it's not on. But I did want to show this in here. I noticed from the first time I did one of these on mine that when you put it in here, get everything started. Where's it at? Okay, get it down in. It's kind of hard to see because there's no light. There we go. All right, get them all started, and then I push it up and back to this top corner because once you get this in here, you're going to see there's all kinds of play and this thing moves around. But I had a heck of a time fighting my upper mount in, so I just know now to the last one of these I installed it and it was up to the back and up, and it seemed to fit in really nice when it came time to installing the mount. So I'm just going to hopefully do the same thing with this, and it seems to work out. So if you're installing one of these, that's probably going to be the best way to do it. Alright, man, we have every single thing reassembled on this car. We went with the stock gears, replaced the water pump, replaced cam seals. We got the new SDK mounts on here, the 4 set. I'm playing here with this O2 sensor because I was having some problems and some reading on that. I don't know if something screwed up here in this wiring. But this is a different style O2 sensor than normal. What else? Bled the system out today, brought it up to temp. See how it was going to run. We got the bumper cover back up on. All of our belts are nice and tight. Our new pulley, everything else that needs to be on here. Say hi to the pups. Here's some transmission stuff going on. We got another one of those to take apart. Started working on this gear set here. I still need to get a tool for that, but that'll make an interesting video. So, I mean, it's coming along. Supposedly we have a tune coming, and hopefully that gets everything running the way this thing needs to run. So, oh yeah, we got one of these pain in the neck things here to install. So maybe we'll do a video on that, getting that MPX thing installed. So, but we got more stuff coming. Holidays are coming up. Hopefully everybody's doing good. I know stuff's a crazy mess in the world right now today, so we're just trying to have fun and enjoy it day by day. So we'll talk to you later. Look at these two. How can you not love them?